Good morning, Doc. I am Marjorie B. Valles, group member together with my co-members who are Ma'am Baay Madel, Ma'am Kokay Kristen Joy, Ma'am Filipinas Debbie, Ma'am Liana Spildred, Ma'am Tagyamon Charlita. So the assigned topic of group 3 that I am going to present this morning is factors contributing to society's perspective of deviant behavior. So what are the causes or reasons, no, this kind of behavior, no? Paano naiimpluwensya ang society, no, sa ganitong behavior? At paano nagkakaroon, no, ang isang tao ng ganitong behavior? So later on, no, is maiintindihan natin kung bakit na nagkakaroon tayo ng ganitong factors, no, within our society. Okay? So, and uh, it will lead also to a crime. No, there's a big chance or possibility na it will lead to a crime, no, yung ganitong behavior. Okay? So, defining deviance, norm violation, social context, continuum of behavior. So, in the context of norm violation, deviant behavior often refers to actions that violate social norms, expectations, and rules. It can encompass a wide range of behaviors from minor transgression to serious offenses. So, let's say, for example, stealing. Stealing is a violation of norms, no, of respecting others' property. Hindi sa'yo yan, okay? But that is a norm violation. Another example is cheating during exam. So that is a violation, no, in terms of academic integrity, no? And another example is using um, offensive language during polite settings. Let's say, for example, merong formal sessions, no? So that is already considered as violation norms of respect and decorum. No? So ganun yung kalalabasan ng norm violation, no, sa society. Next is social context. The definition of deviance is highly context dependent and can vary across cultures, time periods, and social groups. What is considered deviant in one society may not be in another. Okay, so let's say for example, smoking marijuana or using marijuana. 'Di ba? Some countries, no, it is illegal and deviant, no? Sa other countries naman, no, in other countries naman, using marijuana, no, it is socially accepted, no, or even legalized, no, but for medical and recreational use lang naman. Okay? And we have continuum of behavior. So it's important to recognize that deviance exists on a continuum with behaviors ranging from mildly, no, if inappropriate, no. So let's say for example, meron ako example dito, mild deviance, moderate deviance, or severe deviance. Can we say mild deviance, no? Uh, Simple na, say for example, talking loudly in library, no? That is considered as mild deviance, no? Alam mo na bawal yan sa library, no? Alam mo yan, no? So, bakit ginagawa mo? So, it is considered as deviant, pero mild lang. Okay? Another example is moderate deviance. So, moderate deviance is cheating, not cheating. Or you are lying, not to your friend. No, that is considered as moderate deviance. Pag severe deviance naman, no, uh, example nito is you're committing crimes, no? Committing crimes, no? Kasi severe deviance naman siya. So, yun yung pagkakaiba ng mild, moderate, and severe deviance in the context of continuum of behavior. Okay? Next, okay, dito sa societal factors shaping our perceptions. Sa societal norms, okay, educating individuals about our understanding of deviance is deeply rooted in societal norms, values, and beliefs. These norms guide our expectations and influence our reactions to behaviors deemed unacceptable. Next, we have the societal control. Okay, societal control naman, no, paano natin makokontrol itong ganitong behavior? Okay, so merong mechanisms. Okay, society employs various mechanisms of social control to regulate behavior and maintain order. So ano-ano itong mga mechanisms? Let's say for example, laws, no? Sanctions, and social pressure, no? This will aim to prevent deviance and ma-enforce natin yung conformity, no? Next, We have power dynamics. The power dynamics within society can shape perceptions of deviance. Dominant groups often define what is considered normal, while marginalized groups may face disproportionate scrutiny and labeling. And we have also the influence of cultural norms and on perception. So we have cultural variation. No? So cultural variation, it refers to different cultures hold diverse beliefs about what constitutes acceptable behavior. So this kind of variation highlights what is the importance of understanding cultural texts when assessing deviance. Okay? Sa historical shifts naman, cultural norms evolve over time, leading to changes in the definition of deviance. Behaviors once considered normal may become unacceptable, and vice versa. And we have also the subcultural norms. The subcultural norms, no, it refers to different cultures hold diverse beliefs about what constitutes acceptable behavior. This variation highlights the importance of understanding cultural context when assessing deviance. Okay? Next, okay, these norms. Okay? So itong norms is of course influenced, no? Possibly influenced by religion, traditions, and historical context. Differ greatly across societies. Let's say for example sa polygamy. Polygamy kasi is tolerated in some civilizations due to religious beliefs, but it is prohibited elsewhere. Okay? Traditions also have a role as deviating from usual customs might be interpreted as disrespectful or rebellious. Historical events such as revolutions or social shifts can reshape norms over time. Deviance is relative. Habits like tattoos or alcohol consumption may be admired in one culture but condemned in another. Okay? Despite this variation, norms promote common ideals, which helps to sustain social cohesion. Violating these norms frequently results in societal reactions ranging from moral judgment to ostracism, which reinforces expectations. Next, no, itong media's role in shaping perception of deviance. Okay? Uh, alam natin na media, no, isa si media no, sa factors no, kung bakit nagkakaroon tayo ng ganitong behavior. Okay? So amplifying certain behaviors, media coverage often focuses on sensationalized or extreme forms of deviance, contributing to a distorted view of its prevalence and impact. Stereotyping and labeling. Media representations can perpetuate harmful stereotypes and labels associated with certain groups, associating them with deviance and fueling prejudice. Influencing public perception. Okay? So, ito yung media's portrayal of deviance, no? Na pwedeng, of course, maka-influence to siya sa kung ano yung opinion ng public, no? And aside sa kung ano yung opinion ng public, na itong media, no, is shaping attitudes, no? And it will lead also to social discrimination. Okay? Next, media representation has a tremendous impact on how society perceives aberrant conduct. The representation of certain behaviors in films, televisions, programs, and social media may either promote or condemn these practices. Crime dramas, for example, frequently portray violent activity as thrilling or heroic, which has the potential or desensitize audiences and affect their impressions of actual crime. No? Uh, Nagbibigay ito ng negative illustrations. No? A negative illustration of certain groups, on the other hand, might create stigma and moral panic in such communities. No? The media has a significant influence in molding public opinion. It not only reflects society's sentiments but also actively contributes the building of narratives about deviance. Yes, true, no? Kung let's say for example nga sa TV, 'di ba? Usually nga sa TV, no, meron naglalagay sila ng SPG kasi bawal ito sa mga minor, 'no? Hindi po puwede na makatingin yung minor or na mag-watch yung minor, 'no? So, ah, dapat gina-guide 'yan ng parents, 'no? Kasi itong ito yung dahilan 'no, isa itong dahilan 'no kung bakit, nagkakaroon ang isang tao ng, deviant behavior, okay? No influence 'no by media, no influence by, mga dramas nakikita natin 'no sa, ah, TV 'no, sa internet 'no, sa cellphone. So gano'n yung kumbaga, napakabigat 'no ng, media factor 'no sa pagkakaroon ng, behavior na, ganito, okay. So, we have also socioeconomic status and deviant behavior 'no. As you can see 'no, merong pyramid. Ah, Literally 'no, limited opportunities of course 'no, it will lead to deviant behavior 'no. Ah, Nakikita natin ngayon na, limited lang talaga 'no, yung, opportunities. Let's say for example 'no, sa trabaho 'no. Hindi ka talaga, papansinin 'no, let's say for, example 'pag, hindi na-meet yung qualifications mo gano'n, so mafo-frustrate ka, o gano'n. So yun yung isa sa dahilan 'no kung bakit nagkakaroon tayo ng, deviant behavior, okay. Next is increased stress 'no, so 'pag nai-stress ang tao 'di ba, ah, possible 'no, it will lead to, deviant behavior and, yung iba nga 'di ba, halos maka-commit na ng crime 'no. Ah, Dahil sa stress hindi na naiintindihan yung, community, yung surroundings niya, so gano'n. And we have also social marginalization and higher risk of deviance, okay? So the socioeconomic status plays a significant role in shaping, experiences and their vulnerability to deviant behavior. Okay, so of course, 'pag lack of resources, 'pag increased stress, social marginalization 'no, ah itong pyramid na 'to is, ah, possible 'no, malaki ang tsansa na ma-engage talaga ang isang tao, ang isang community, ang society sa deviant behavior, okay. And socioeconomic position greatly influences how behaviors are viewed. Individuals from lower socioeconomic origins frequently face significant challenges such as poverty and limited access to higher education and employment opportunities. So yun yung example ko kanina, no, yung employment opportunities, no. These situations can lead to desperation, no, pushing some people to engage in deviant conduct such as stealing, yes, or drug peddling, no? So, ganun, no? Ah, Especially nowadays, no, na napakahirap, no, talaga na magkakaroon ng stable job, no? So, possible, no, ganun yung gagawin kasi wala na ibang resources, no? Wala na ibang sources, no? Wala na ibang mapagkakakitaan. So, possible, ito yung dahilan. Isa itong factors, no, kumbaga. For example, no, teenagers in underprivileged areas may turn to illegal acts no, to fulfill their most basic needs, okay? Perpetuating unfavorable preconceptions about their communities and further marginalizing them within society. So that is according with Rebello year 2022. And we have also the crucial importance of mental health awareness. So we have mental health condition, underlying issues, and compassionate understanding. Okay, so it's crucial to understand the link no, between conditions and deviant behavior. Okay, recognizing health challenges no, can contribute to behavior. No, so and toward a more inclusive society. So we have understanding, no, empathy. Okay, and challenging biases and promoting inclusivity. So, sorry sa ah, spelling sa empathy doc sa number 2, no, humanistic error lang po. Okay, so we have understanding. So sa understanding, educate yourself about the complexities of deviance and the factors that influence it. Okay? Sa empathy naman, approach individuals with empathy and try to understand their experiences and motivations. Sa challenging biases naman, challenge harmful stereotypes and prejudices that associate certain groups with deviance. Okay? And promoting inclusivity. Okay? So, uh, isa ito, no, isa ito yung promote inclusivity. No, isa ito sa dapat na maging, gamitin natin 'no or strategy natin or tools natin kumbaga 'no para, ah, ma-prevent natin ang deviant behavior, okey 'no. Paano natin siya ipo-promote? Let's say for example 'no, ah, gamitin natin yung social media okay, rather, gamitin natin yung social media 'no na para i-turn out natin ang different behavior 'no, gamitin natin siya. So, paano natin siya? Yun yung kumbaga yun yung strategy 'no. Kung ang media is isa siya sa factors 'no, gamitin din natin siya na to promote inclusivity sa society. So, gano'n, okey? So, yun lang yun yung mga basic, example. Okay. So in conclusion, society's perspective on deviant behavior is shaped by a complex interplay of cultural norms, socialization processes, and historical contexts. Factors such as moral values, legal frameworks, and the influence of media significantly impact how certain behaviors are perceived and labeled as deviant. Additionally, societal power dynamics, including class or race, gender, and play a critical role in defining and enforcing norms. Often marginalizing specific groups, understanding these factors provides insight into the evolving nature of deviance and the need for a nuanced approach to addressing its implications within diverse social contexts. Okay, so uh, um, deviant behavior, no, uh, it is very important for us no na mag-educate tayo no educate ourselves no educate to others no ipalaganap natin no ano yung mga strategies no ano ang dapat natin gawin at to prevent this kind of behavior no by simply uh, umpisahan natin sa sarili no and after no if uh, connected ka sa no, pwede mo itong, ituro 'no, i-educate mo ang students 'no, to prevent 'no, sa ganitong, behavior 'no, or using social media platforms 'no, para mapadali yung informations 'no. So gano'n. Okay, so I guess, that would be all, this morning, Doc 'no. So yung topic na namin na factors 'no, kung bakit nagkakaroon ng factors 'no, bakit nagkakaroon ng deviant behavior ang isang tao. So, thank you Doc and God bless. Okay, Merry Christmas Doc.